Hey guys, Brad here with All In Woodworks. I'm in the shop today and I'm going to tell you about my brand new DeWalt Table Saw.
All In
Woodworks. Before we get started, I just wanted to say that this video is not solicited by DeWalt in any way. All the opinions in this are my own, and I just did some research to see kind of what I was looking for. This is a DeWalt DWE7491RS. It's a 15 amp portable table saw, contractor grade. It's got a rolling stand, which is pretty easy to set up, 32.5 inch rip capacity, rack and pinion telescopic fets, and a lot of other great features. The legs flip down pretty easily. You can use the bottom ones with your feet, and the top ones you just push a lever and flip up, and then you just flip it over and you're ready to rock and roll. The deck is nice and flat. I haven't had any problems with wood sliding over the top of it, and the power and bevel functions work really well. You just pull this one lever and then slide the bevel gauge over to your degrees and lock it in place. It's pretty straightforward and it works really smooth. The power button's really neat. It's got a green power button inside the red off button, and this piece flips down so you can lock it to keep kids and small animals away from touching the button. So it's a nice feature. Under the main deck, you've got lots of areas for storage for your tools, for the blade, the miter gauge, power cord. All of it is nice and neat and keeps everything out of the way. Inside the main blade housing, it's pretty cool design where it's all self-contained. So all your sawdust, at least 80% or more, is contained within that housing and then pushed out the 2.5 inch dust port on the back end. It's pretty convenient. If you pull this release lever, that unlocks the riving knife next to the blade on the main deck of the table, and you can put in the additional blade guard assembly. And this blade guard assembly also has a nice little extra dust port built into it for extra dust collection, which is a really nice feature. The fence is unlocked by pulling up this lever on the right side of the table, and you can easily move that fence back and forth to whatever position you're looking for on the table. The rack and pinion adjustment setting on this saw is quite unique and really cool. It lets you adjust it to, exactly what measurement you're looking for. On the outside part of the fence is this flip over piece that allows you to either support the workpiece or allows you to get really, really close to the blade without getting your fingers in the way. It's a really nice addition for safety on the table saw, for sure. The fence easily unlocks and you can change positions depending on how wide of a piece of wood you want to cut with it. The inside one is for narrower cuts and the outside is for larger rip cuts. DeWalt was even smart enough to put 2 measuring tapes on the front of the saw depending on which location you have your fence on. You can go up to 32.5 inches on the outer fence. You also get a miter gauge and a push stick. The miter gauge, it's way too loose in the slot and I would not recommend using it.
2 weeks later.
Okay, I've been working with the table saw for a couple of weeks now, and I gotta say it's really great. It's super easy to set up and tear down. The base is really solid. The rack and pinion fence is excellent. It's straight and accurate every time. The miter gauge, however, it's kind of an afterthought, I think, by DeWalt. It's really sloppy in the slot here. I don't know why they included this, but it's not a problem for me. I'm gonna use a crosscut sled anyways that I have. This table saw is a little more money than most contractor grade saws, but I highly recommend it if you can afford it. If you can, it's okay. Research, find a saw that's gonna work for you and your budget. This isn't a paid advertisement, so this is just my opinion, but I actually really, really like this table saw. If you can afford it, go ahead and go out and get yourself one. You won't be sorry. Thanks for watching. I'm Brad with All In Woodworks. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications when I drop my next video. We'll see you next time.